All right, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Croissant. This year is flying by, you guys. We're gonna blink, and it'll be November. We'll be eating turkey before we know it, and the Game Awards will be here before you know it. And we've had a great year so far for gaming, and the newest releases like Schedule One, Expedition 33, Doom, The Dark Ages, of course, Oblivion remastered. It just reminds gamers there's still hope for the industry. Amongst all the layoffs and the broken games on release and the refunds and closed studios, you know, it's nice to have a bright spot. The rest of 2025 seems pretty promising for new titles. We got Death Stranding 2 coming out soon, and it's already in early access. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Dying Light the Beast, and Ghost of Yotei, of course. I'm excited for all these games. These are all possible nominations for Game of the Year. And one game in particular I want to talk about today, guys, is a horror game from a series I never really touched growing up. Now, I love horror games, right? I love Outlast, but this one caught my eye with the Japanese influence and the setting. I'm talking about Silent Hill F. Now, this entry in Silent Hill series is set to release on September 25th on PC, Xbox Series S, and PS5. Now, completely separate from the mainline game, Silent Hill F follows a unique storyline set in Japan. This is one of the bigger selling points for me, guys, is that you won't need to have played prior Silent Hill entries to fully appreciate this game. I have not played a single Silent Hill game. But we follow our main character, a high schooler named Hinako Shimizu, who's living an ordinary life, going about her business. A whole fog engulfs her town of, let me see this right, Ibisu Gaoka. Ibisu Gaoka, changing that town, Ibisu Gaoka, in horrific ways. Now, story is going to be huge in this game, and we start to see some trending themes of like treachery and loneliness. And the story was created by, I hope I say this right as well, Ryukishi Seven. That's his pen name, a famous Japanese writer responsible for Higurashi When They Cry, which is a popular Japanese murder mystery. Now, I have never read the manga, but from what people say online, this guy nails horror, and we are in for a wild ride because this guy loves his twists, and I'm all for it. Now, gameplay, guys. Gameplay in Silent Hill F is similar to other, survival horror games. Solve puzzles, try not to get seen by the monsters. The monsters are on point as well, guys, and they fit perfectly into the world. Now, we've seen these like scarecrow-looking monsters in open fields, and they look terrifying. And to look at what could possibly be the first boss encounter, right? So we see this scene. Hinako walks up to a girl crying, right, saying how alone she is, and then Hinako says her name, Sakuko, and the girl turns around, and it's some disfigured monster, with the gaping mouth and all this, and it looks sick, aesthetic wise. I mean, I'm just all about vibes for games, and this definitely fits the vibe of what I like and appreciate in games. The state of play this June showcased some of the combat gameplay. Now, Konami producer Motoi Okamoto states this entry will be more action oriented compared to last year's Silent Hill 2. And we see some of the gameplay, of Hinako hitting the enemies with a steel pipe, and she's carrying a glaive at one point. And it seems melee combat is going to be utilized much more in this entry. Now, price over here in the US, Silent Hill F is going to cost $69.99, which is steep, for a horror game, in my opinion. I'm not sure how long the story is, but they must be really selling the graphical quality, and of course, like the branding of Silent Hill. That's gonna alone garnish a lot of love from fans of the franchise, and they're gonna buy it day one. $70 is also what they charge for Silent Hill 2, and that sold over 2 million copies worldwide. So I'm sure they're not worried, and it seems pretty normal for their franchise. I'm hoping it does well. Based on the trailers, I think it hits a lot of the marks that I look for in survival horror experiences right? Atmosphere, time period, enemy design, music, compelling story. I think this game has some potential to also sneak into nominations for Game of the Year. I think it's possible. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you excited for Silent Hill F? I also got to know this. This is the question of the day. When did you learn to swim? I think I was 11 or 12 years old in the YMCA guppy class, just absolutely dusting these 4 and 5 year olds in these drills. But I learned how to swim, at a very late age for my friend group. But I learned nonetheless, and I'd like to know your story. Maybe you did it early, maybe you did it late, maybe you don't know how to swim. Just let me know. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.